As the rising cost of living continues to bite, many in northern Nigeria are turning to rice grains that millers normally reject after processing or sell to farmers to feed their fish. These are referred in Hausa language as Afafata, which means battling because they are literally a battle to cook and eat as the grains are so hard. A few years ago, people didn't care about this type of rice, as we usually threw it away along with the rice hulls. But times have changed. Isa Hamisu, a rice mill worker in the northern city of Kano, speak. Despite the grains being broken, dirty and tough, Afafata's cheaper price has made it more attractive for humans and help poor families to be able to afford to eat one of the staple food in the country. Fish farm owner Fatima Abdullahi said her fish love it, but because people are now eating afata, its price has risen. Prices in Nigeria are increasing at their fastest rate for nearly 30 years. On top of global pressures, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cancellation of the fuel subsidy plus the devaluation of the currency, the naira, have added to the inflation. A standard 50 kg bag of rice, which could help feed a household between 8 and 10 for about a month, now costs 77,000 naira. This is an increase of more than 70% since the middle of last year and exceeds the monthly income of a majority of Nigerians. In the face of this, many are struggling to cope, and in some states, there have been cost of living protests. Earlier this month in Niger State, protesters blocked roads and held placards saying that they were being suffocated by the rising prices. Few days later, there was a similar demonstration in Kano in the northwest. Similarly, Governor of Kano State, Kabi Yusuf, admitted there was starvation in his state and said a solution must be found. The solution for now, for some, is found in Afata. Hajiya Rabi Isa, based in Kano State, said if it were not for this type of rice, her children will go hungry as she cannot afford the normal kind of rice. The normal rice is 4,000 naira per bowl, which is beyond my means. I can only afford Afafata, which is 2,500 naira. Without Afafata, feeding my family would be a major issue for me. Market sellers have also noticed a difference. Saminu Uba, who works in Kano's market, said the Afafata side of his business is booming. Most people can no longer afford normal rice, and they come for this, which is cheaper, even though it tastes less good. One of his customers, Hashimu Dahiru, admits people are having to find ways of adapting. The cost of goods is alarming. In just 2 months, the price of everything has doubled, he said. Our wives spend hours removing stones and dirt from the rice before cooking. And even then, it ends up tasting not nice. But we have to eat to survive. The minimum wage in Nigeria is 30,000 naira, and of which some persons don't earn that 30,000 naira. Some earn way below 30,000 naira. And you're selling a bag of rice for 70 to 80,000 naira. Ask yourself, how many households can afford rice to eat? And remember, rice is a staple food. It's one of the staple food in Nigeria. We talk about staple food, you talk about rice, you talk about beans, you talk about gari. Now, these 3 food items I mentioned, the prices of these items have gone up the roof. People can no longer afford to buy these food items. That means there is hunger in the land. There is famine. Nigeria has officially entered the era of famine. And that is why you see the people in the north, they are eating spoiled rice, hard rice, rice that was meant to be given to fishes to eat. That's what humans in the north are eating because they need to stay alive. They need to survive. No one wants to go hungry. Why? Because the government of the day is not doing the right thing. That is true. Nigerian government has failed her citizens, and that is why the people are feeding on spoiled rice. Look at what people are feeding on. Look at what the Northerners are feeding on. Now, this was the same people that had President Muhammadu Buhari for 8 years. The presence of Buhari in Aso Rock did not stop them from going hungry. Hello, are you hearing me? The presence of Buhari in Aso Rock did not stop them from eating spoiled rice, then why will people, when they want to choose their president, when they want to elect their officials, they look at tribe, they look at religion? Is religion saving anyone now? Is tribalism saving anyone now? Now the northerners who has had President Muhammadu Buhari for 8 years are eating spoiled rice. President Muhammadu Buhari could not change their economic situation. That means whatever that is going to change this country is not about tribalism, it's not about religion, it's about a man with competent character, a man with precedent, character you can trust. Just barely 1 year of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency, the suffering in Nigeria has gone way beyond what ordinary Nigerians anticipate. This is not what they anticipated. This is not what they voted for. This is not what they were expecting. Nigerians are hungry. Inflation is biting harder. The people are going to bed hungry. This is crazy. President Muhammadu Buhari needs to act fast. This thing needs to be brought to an end, because I don't think the people can continue to live this way. Sooner than later, a heavy protest is going to erupt in this country that you and I, no one will be able to curtail if the presidency, if the political elite do not stop feeding fat on the problem of the people. How can the senator be riding 160 million SUV while the people are eating spoiled rice? In a country of multidimensional poverty, someone is riding a bulletproof car of 160 million. When the people will rise, I don't think that bulletproof car will contain that senator. Enough of this greed. Nigeria need to move forward. Nigerians need to be happy. Nigerians need to experience good democracy. We have all the resources, we have for the human capital resources, but yet we cannot enjoy the good dividends of democracy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you promise and swore an oath with the constitution that you are going to protect and uphold the integrity and interest of Nigerians. What are you doing? The people that voted you into office are not smiling. They are not happy. They are going hungry. You need to act fast. Enough of theory. We need practical. We need proof to ensure that yes, you were prepared for this presidency. You did not just come to grab it and run. You were really, really prepared to lead Nigeria. You have to do that and ensure that the people are no longer hungry. Thank you for listening. Do have a lovely day. Ensure you like, subscribe, and drop your comment reaction in the comment box.